Hey there, Stephen here. Chase and I are going to present a fly called a sparrow. It was originally tied by Jack Gartside, one of my favorite tires, and the sparrow happens to be one of my favorite flies. I use it a lot in small streams, cast it upstream with no weight. It can imitate a minnow, it can imitate a dragonfly nymph, and it can imitate something, not anything in particular, but fish seem to like it a lot. I've used it in lakes during a damselfly hatch, and it's worked in that. Maybe a little bit different colors. I tie this in the brown and I tie it in an olive. I've used it in rivers and had good luck with it. So it's one of my go-to flies if I can't catch anything on a wet fly or soft tackle, probably, or uh, on a clinkhammer, a floater, a big floater. I'll try this one. This is third in the rotation. So there we go. These are the tools and materials you'll need to tie the Gartside Sparrow. Okay, here's the Gartside Sparrow. Go ahead and start thread the same way. And I wrap back to the hook point. If you want to wrap back further, that's fine. Prepare the grizzly marabou. What you want is for it to be kind of flat right at the back. To me, that looks really good. It's a style thing. If you want to wrap under a tail, just grab everything and just sweep it around. Usually works out really well. Now I don't want to wrap all of that stuff down like that, so I'm just going to wrap forward to about where I'm going to start the rest of the fly. Minor adjustment here. Get it in there a little better. And then wrap back towards the tail. Cut that off and wrap that marabou down. Make it a little smoother. And go ahead and stop at about the halfway mark. Get ready for the dubbing. And it's the dark honey trout hunter dubbing. I like this a lot. It's easy to apply to the thread. Comes in a lot of good colors. And I like their shop and their business, so I use them a lot. Go ahead and wrap forward. A little loose, the last bit there, but I think this will work fine. Go ahead and install the church window. I like church window. It sounds a lot better than rump patch. It's a lot cooler to me. Go ahead and tie that in with the concave side towards the hook bend. This time you also want to separate the barbules. That'll make it easier to wrap. These are pretty hard to wrap because they kind of want to twist on you. And you'll see as I do that what I'm talking about. I always use two hands when I'm wrapping hackle. See how it wants to twist there. Go again. Work with the materials. Try and separate those barbules out and distribute them as evenly as you can around the hook shank. So a little bit of the feather that needs to be removed. There, got it. Now the next part is the hardest part of this fly. These aftershaft feathers are very delicate, one of the most delicate feathers I tie with. So when you tie it in, try and not tie it in right where you separate and push one group of feathers back and the other forward. So tie on a group of things instead of just the stem itself. Seems to help. These feathers are really easy to break. Again, try and tie them with a concave side toward the bend of the hook. Use two hands, don't be a hero. What I always try and do on these flies is create a conical head. Sometimes it turns out kind of flat, straight sides, but I prefer a conical head. Whip finish. Now, I caught a few feathers during this whip finish, which was not my desire. So I'm going to try and take those out. A little bit aggravating. Yeah, I mean, this is not something you have to do, but I pretty much always do. I want my flies to look good. You still see there's a little bit there.